They wipe off the dirt with a rag from the boot of the Saab, avoiding eye contact with each other. I hope the lady's worth it, says Ove and closes the boot. Now it's Adrian's turn to look nonplussed. When they go back into the cafe, there's a short cube-shaped man in a stained shirt standing on the step ladder, tinkering with something that Ove suspects is a fan heater. The sooty boy stands below the step ladder with a selection of screwdrivers held aloft. He keeps mopping the remnants of makeup around his eyes, peering at the fat man on the ladder and looking a little on the nervous side, as if worried that he may be caught out. Pavane turns excitedly to Ove. This is Amel. He owns the cafe, she says in a suitably gushing manner. She points to the cubing man on the ladder. Amel doesn't turn round, but he emits a long sequence of hard consonants that, even though Ove does not understand them, he suspects to be various combinations of four-letter words and body parts. What's he saying? Asks Adrian. The sooty boy twists uncomfortably. Something about the fan heater being a bit of a fairy. He looks over at Adrian, then quickly turns his face down. What's that? Asks Ove, wandering over him. He means it's worthless, like a homo, he says in such a low voice that only Ove catches his words. Pavane, on the other hand, is busy pointing at Amel with delight. You can't hear what he's saying, but you sort of know that almost all of it is swear words. He's like a dubbed version of you, Ove. Ove doesn't look particularly delighted, nor does Amel. He stops tinkering with the fan heater and points at Ove with the screwdriver. The cat? Is that your cat? No, says Ove. Not so much because he wants to point out that it isn't his cat, but because he wants to clarify that it's no one's cat. Cat out! No animals in cafe. Amel slashes at the consonants so that they hobble about like naughty children caught inside the sentence. Ove looks with interest at the fan heater above Amel's head, then at the cat on the bar stool, then at the toolbox, which Adrian is still holding in his hand, then at the fan heater again, and at Amel. If I repair that for you, the cat stays. He offers this more as a statement than a question. Amel seems to lose his self-possession for a few moments. By the time he regains it, in a way he could probably not explain afterward, he has become the man holding the stepladder rather than the man standing on the stepladder. Ove digs about up there for a few minutes, climbs down, brushes the palm of his hand against his trouser leg, and hands a screwdriver and a little adjustable spanner to the sooty boy. You fixed, cries Amel suddenly as the fan heater splutters back to life. In an effusive manner, he grabs Ove's shoulders. Whiskey? You want? In my kitchen, I have the whiskey. Ove checks his watch. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. He shakes his head while looking a little uncomfortable, partly about the whiskey and partly because of Amel, who is still holding on to him. The sooty boy disappears through the kitchen door behind the counter, still frantically rubbing his eyes. Adrian catches up with Ove and the cat on their way back to the sub. Ove, mate, you won't say anything about Mirsad being who? My boss, says Adrian, the one with the makeup. The bent person? Says Ove. Adrian nods. I mean, his dad. I mean, Amel. He doesn't know Mirsad is. Adrian fumbles for the right word. A bender? Ove asks. Adrian nods. Ove shrugs. Pavane comes wagging along behind them, out of breath. Where did you get to? Ove asks her. I gave my change to him, says Pavane with a nod at the man with the dirty beard by the house wall. You know he'll only spend it on schnapps, Ove states. Pavane opens her eyes wide with something Ove strongly suspects to be sarcasm. Really? Will he? And I was so hoping he would use it to pay off his student loans from his university education in particle physics. Ove snorts and opens the sub. Adrian stays where he is on the other side of the car. Yes, Ove wonders. You won't say anything about Mirsad, will you? Seriously? Why the hell would I say anything? Ove points at him with exasperation. You want to buy a French car. Don't worry so much about others. You have enough problems of your own.